Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another Sunday Sports Rush exclusive here. It is James Espinosa, and I'm here to talk about Texas versus Texas Tech. It's going down this Saturday in Austin at 11 a.m. It is the Big 12 opener. The Texas Tech Red Raiders are coming in at 3-0. The Texas Longhorns are coming in at 2-1. Big 12 opener for both teams. This is a major game. Now, I'm going to go over some little notes here in a second, but first I wanted to get to some comments that Steve Sarkisian had on Casey Thompson. Casey Thompson's comments from this week of practice and Bijan Robinson. So this week, Sark came out and Sark pretty much said that he thinks Casey's a classic example that his play continues to rise based on the arena that he's in. So pretty much what he's saying and what we've all been saying about Casey Thompson the past couple of weeks, especially coming off this Rice performance, is that Casey's a gamer. Casey's going to be that cool guy. He's going to have that quality. He's going to be able to lead this offense. And we've seen it so far with Casey Thompson. Just going to go over a Casey Thompson stat here real quick for you. So far this season, Thompson is 5 of 5 passing on third down, 1 of 1 passing on fourth down. He's converted 1 third down running and has led Texas to touchdowns on all 7 of the drives he's led that have reached the opponent's 20-yard line. Thompson, this season also, guys, has led Texas to points on 11 of his 13 drives this season, including 10 touchdowns. So not only does he take you to the red zone consistently, but he's leading. He's getting into the end zone, and he's getting 6 points the majority of the time. 10 out of the 13 drives this season has resulted in touchdowns. So Sark, really good comments about how Casey has really excelled to this leadership role, how he's taken on the starting quarterback role, and how the team has pretty much accepted him as the starting quarterback. Bijan Robinson had some interesting notes about Casey Thompson as well, and Bijan Robinson was talking about Casey Thompson's intense film study, how he studies the game throughout the week. There was a play on the Rice game where Bijan Robinson said that Thompson told him pre-snap on Robinson's 62-yard inside zone touchdown run against Rice on Saturday that the play was going to hit big based on how the defense was aligned. Here is Bijan Robinson's quote, he was like, "You're about to score on this play," Robinson said. So I was like, well, you were right. It's just really cool to see how he studies defenses and how confident he is in what he has to do. Big time. He is a film rat. Casey Thompson will never be mistaken for somebody who's not prepared, okay? Somebody who's not prepared. Casey Thompson, always prepared. And then Coach Sark also said about Casey Thompson's preparedness that it helps him call a more effective game when he knows that his quarterback is 100% in tune with the playbook. Sark doesn't have to dumb down his playbook with Casey Thompson. No, Sark could go full 100% playbook because he has that confidence in his quarterback. That's a major key. Sark is a better play caller when Casey is in there based on Casey's study habits. Gives Sark more time to focus on calling his game, opens up the playbook 100%, and that's huge because we know Sark has a very extensive playbook offensively. All right, let's get down to Texas Tech. So Texas Tech is 3-0 on the year. You might be saying, why isn't Texas Tech ranked? Well, they haven't exactly played the best competition. I'll give them this. They beat Houston in week 1, 38-21. That's a pretty good win. But then they barely snuck by Stephen F. Austin, 28-22. And they beat FIU last weekend, 54-21. Not bad, but also not overly impressive. In the passing game, Texas Tech is 41st in the nation. They average about 270 yards per game. Rushing, they're 63rd in the nation with 170 per game. Points for, they are tied 48th in the nation. They put up about 40 points per game. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. They can put up points on you. So 40 points per game average for Texas Tech, not bad. And then points against, they're tied 71st. They give up around 21.3 per game. The big thing about Texas Tech has a very stingy run defense. Texas Tech's defense gave up just 1.8 yards per carry against wins against Houston, Stephen F. Austin, and FIU, Florida International. If they can shut down the run, this all falls on Casey Thompson's arm. It's going to be key that the Texas offensive line can win the battle at the line of scrimmage. Lord knows they've had their struggles, but hopefully whipping up on Rice gave them some confidence heading into this Tech game. Texas Tech's front seven on the defensive end, they're pretty stout, and they're going to try and stop the run all day long. Now, stopping the run ain't going to be so easy when you have Bijan Robinson. You have, the bevy of backs back there, Rojo, etc., Keelan Robinson, all those guys. It's going to be tough, but Bijan comes into this game averaging 5.8 yards per carry with 5 touchdowns. He's the team's third leading receiver also with 6 catches, 91 yards, 15 yards per reception, and 1 touchdown. So let's get some more offensive involvement with Bijan Robinson. The yards from scrimmage, the total yards from scrimmage. I'm expecting a big game from Bijan this week. Also, watch out for Texas Tech quarterback, the Oregon transfer, Tyler Shough. Yes, I know it's spelled like slow, S-L-O-U-G-H, but I looked this up, and it's actually pronounced Shuck. Tyler Shough, all right? He's a guy who can exploit you on the ground. He can also, hit you on some intermediate passes. He's pretty accurate. Last year at Oregon, he completed 65% of his passes, so going to have to watch out with him. Going to definitely need to make him uncomfortable back there in the pocket and cause some havoc back there to make his day not as great up in Austin come Saturday morning. Texas versus Texas Tech. It's going to be a fun game. Here's some fun Texas and Texas Tech stats, okay? The Longhorns are 20-5 all-time in Big 12 openers, and they have never lost to Texas Tech when opening conference play. Texas Tech's average point differential over FCS opponents the last 2 seasons has been a staggering +4. Not good. Texas Tech went 2-8 against the Longhorns during Texas's worst decade of college football, which is this past 10 years or so. Texas Tech has a 0.182 winning percentage against Texas since the Michael Crabtree catch, which every Texas Tech hangs their hat on, I should say. And since 2014, Texas Tech is 2-25 against ranked opponents and 0-25 against ranked opponents not named Oklahoma State. Texas is not ranked, but that just tells you about Texas Tech when they have to go up and play some of the big boys. Texas Tech has never, ever had a top 10 AP finish in football. 94 other schools have. So, yeah, man, Texas should win this game. They're currently, as I'm looking at the page, Texas is currently an they actually climbed up. Texas is currently a 9-point favorite at home. I expect them to win this game. Casey, going to have a big game. Bijan, going to run big. I expect Texas to do work. Give me Texas to win and cover the 9 points at home. There we go. Some Longhorns and Texas Tech notes for this big game coming up on Saturday morning, 11 a.m. on ABC. Make sure you get there. Make sure you check it out. And also, while you can, check out my show down here in Corpus Christi, the Sunday Sports Rush on News Talk KEYS, 1440 a.m. and 98.7 FM. All right, that does it. Hope you enjoyed this Texas preview of the Texas Tech game. Follow my page, subscribe to the page, hit the bell to get updates for when I drop more videos to come. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you later.